Greetings. And as many of you know, we are currently going through some tough times, and that has causes us to sort of change the way that we live. This situation could actually affect some more than others. And unfortunately, I am one of those people that have been affected by this. So I promised myself I wouldn't resort to this. But why on earth am I playing a deck with this card on it? Well, you know what? I am going to go ahead and do it, and I'm gonna show you guys how it all went. So let's roll that intro and get this video started. Take a look at how atrocious this card is. Take a look at this. This whole quarantine situation has caused me to make an attempt to make a deck that has this card in it. This card damages all even units by 2, or it damages all odd units by 2. How on earth are you going to be able to make this work in any deck, let alone be able to snag a win? Well, you know what? I got some... It's not even good news. I'm putting this thing in a deck. This thing ain't good news. But anyway, this will be sort of the presentation of today's deck. It will be revolving around Wolfsbane in a sense. Now, of course, the easiest thing to say is, oh, put it in a unitless deck, snag in a gourd, bunch of special cards, easy clap. The potential problem with that is you don't want to accidentally damage your opponent's units in which that they don't exactly match up with each other. So when I'm saying cards like Nature's Rebuke, cards like Owl's Thunder, damaging an entire unit by 5, A, it kills them, so it actually decreases the value of Wolfsbane in a sense, because it's one less unit that they can target. And B, it just won't work for me. It is good for taking out engines, I guess, but at the same time, I also have to produce some power for myself. So, I am going to show you the deck that I have made revolving around Wolfsbane. Well, it doesn't really revolve around Wolfsbane, but it's like, you know, you can see that the genetic makeup of this deck will ensure that Wolfsbane doesn't really hit me by a lot. So I will be putting it in a Precision Strike deck because, as we all know, Precision Strike is really good at being able to but create any curve we want. So if you want to set up a Regis, if you want to set up a Geralt Igni before the patch, then, you know, you would use this card. Or even a Shiru, perhaps. You would use this ability. Nope. We are using Precision Strike for the more powerful card of Wolfsbane. So, as you can see, most of my cards are even in power, so I am deciding to target odd-powered units. And the reason for that is because Precision Strike spawns Broccolon Sentinels, which are even-powered in themselves. If I choose to damage even-power units, I'm gonna be hitting myself. Not the best thing in the world. So, again, the idea is we want to make sure we hit them, not us. You could make a case, and I guess putting this in a singleton deck, because Redea is even power, and it does give you some pretty strong power as for support, and your faction stratagem spawns 2 powered elves, so again, they will be immune from the effects of Wolfsbane. So I guess that is a case you can make for that, but, you know, I'm somewhat happy with the deck I made. So obviously I needed to pack some power in this deck, so I have decided to add the Great Oak and Barnabas into this deck. So they're sort of the win cons of this deck in a sense. Wolfsbane does get us pretty far, but you know what? The main power pretty much comes from the Great Oak and from Barnabas. So they're out of the way pretty much. We got Call of the Forest, of course, which is a special card that does help with Herald. Now, as you can see, I don't have a lot of special cards, which means that Herald Gord actually doesn't get powerful. I am not actually looking to make him be very greedy. But, you know, because I'm thinking most of the power we can pack will come from the Wolfsbane, or, you know, from Great Oak, or from even Barnabas. So we do have plenty of means to, you know, create some power. Herald Gord is sort of just the insurance policy for us in a sense. But again, he's not going to get like super big if that's what you're hoping, which is not going to happen. So we have Novigradian Justice. It does spawn in odd power Cleaver's Muscle, but it does have shield. So the... Okay, well, we don't need you grunting. So the Wolfsbane will actually just take off the shield instead of damage it, so that is still fine. Not the worst thing in the world. We have Melaine, which is good for sort of taking out any swarm units that we may come across. Again, that could come across as anti-synergy to this deck, because we don't exactly want to get rid of the swarm. We want to make sure they stay alive for our Wolfsbane to work. So Mylene was really added because A, she's an even power unit, and B, she does have the capability of removing an engine for us. So she is sort of one of the few cards here that can remove engines. Great Oak doesn't really remove engines because, let's face it, he gets played at the end of the game. So, you know, what difference does it make? But yeah. Moving on, Mata, of course, to guarantee, because we have quite the amount of double-digit cards. I would like to make sure that all of them make it out somehow, so I have Mata to make sure that at least one of them comes out. So that would be pretty nice if that is possible. Next, we have, of course, Wolfsbane. This is the core of the card. You damage all units with odd power or even power by 2. Obviously, we are going with the odd power because of stuff I've already mentioned in the beginning of the video. If you did not pay attention, then get out of your grandma's basement, I don't know, and pay attention to the world. Anyway, next we have Fov. Fov is capable of getting us out a nature card. Unfortunately, Novigradian Justice is not a nature card. I keep forgetting about this detail sometimes. I think it's scoia'tael, so I assume that all scoia'tael cards are nature cards, even though they're not. So, yeah. It's really used to thin your deck out a little bit, like if you need to get out Call of the Forest, or if you need to get out any, nature card which will help boost Herald Gourd. So, you know, it is there, plus it does do for deckman as well. I decided to add Dulla and Runewright because A, they're even power units, so that they actually work somewhat well, and B, I wanted to just try that meme combo trying to get out a Desert Treasure. Unfortunately, I was already trying to deal with too many things at once, so I feel like these guys were sort of a low priority target, if that makes any sense. But in terms of what other cards I guess you could actually make a case for putting in Percival as one of them, and then maybe you can degrade down to a 6 and maybe add another. You know, I almost added Elder Bears. I really almost added Elder Bears because I wasn't running any Harmony, so Elder Bears might have been good here because it is even. I almost wanted to run a Sage as well, but if I was gonna run Sage, I had to make sure I had cards like Isengrim's Council. But the thing is, I have already a couple of elves in here, so I feel like Sage might just be, you know, maybe the extra card in the deck. But, you know, you could also make a case for adding in Sage. For the purposes of this deck, I wanted to try the meme of the 2 Treasure Brothers. But again, as I said, they weren't as high of a priority. Next, we have the Treant Boar. Now, the Treant Boar is here despite the fact that it is an odd-powered card because it does have the capability of healing itself. So you can actually time it so that when you move it to the range, to the melee row, it deals damage, you play Wolfsbane, bring it down to the range row, and it gets healed right back up to 5. So, you know, it just gets its power back. So that's why I was okay with Treant Boar here. The Herald Gourd, you guys already know why it's here. I needed some sort of insurance policy. Again, it's not a big Herald Gourd, but it is a Herald Gourd. Next, we have Zotan's Company. You spawn 3 Rowdy Dwarves that are, of course, even in power. I could not add Monroe Bruvis because A, it's too expensive. B, well, I mean, never mind. I thought it was at 7 power, but I guess now it's 6. Okay, I guess it works. So the B is the Dwarven Berserkers actually are 3 power, which is odd, which is what we're trying to kill. So don't exactly want that affecting our side of the field. Next, we have Nature's Rebuke. Nature's Rebuke. Again, I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video that, you know, I don't want to add cards that do major damage because it removes units from their side of the field, which prevents us from actually getting our Wolfsbane off, but that's why I only have just 1. So, you know, getting rid of that 1 engine card that could potentially screw us, for example, Ancrate Longship is possible. It can always get, you know, rezzed, but I mean, like, if anything to slow them down, I'll take it with 1 card, but I don't know if I could spare more than that. Dol Blethana Archer. It's an elf, so it is a target for, Barnabas. It is capable of damaging 2 units by 1, so again, it kind of falls along with us being able to line up their units for odd numbers so that we can actually go ahead and wreak some havoc to them. And yeah, so that's why it's there. Next, we have a Dryad Matron. I actually didn't know that this card doesn't just boost anymore, like, randomly. It has to get moved before it starts to boost. I actually didn't know that. I don't know. I think I might have missed that in the patch notes, actually. I don't know if this is mentioned in the patch notes, if it's always been like that. I don't quite remember. So I actually didn't know that about this. But I mean, it's still here. Because I was thinking about what other 5 costs I could put in. Like, I guess I could put in a Mahakam Defender. But the only way this thing really gets boosted is if I use Call of the Forest to bring it out. Because again, I'm trying to focus on hitting them. You could add an Elven Swordmaster, I guess. I guess that is also an option. But I mean, if it gets destroyed, then that's just 1 less engine. So I thought, what was the point, right? So, you know. It is what it is. And I didn't want to add any poison because, again, I didn't want to damage anything. 2 Brocklon Sentinels, pretty straightforward. 2 Golden Froths, we needed some special cards and a couple of fours to finish it off. Plus, I didn't really want to put in any more units. because a lot of the ones that I would have liked to add were odd in power, so I didn't really want to go there. So I just added 2 golden froths because even turns to even still with this, because it's boosted by 2. We've got Dryad's Keris. In case we come across any statuses, we could do this. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't put it in. Like, I probably wouldn't try and use it. And to have 2 Mahakam Marauders and 2 Dwarven Skirmishers for the Nilfgaardian Justice target. Plus, the Skirmishers turn to even once their ability goes off if you don't kill anything. So this deck was actually somewhat fun. I expected to lose both my games, but I mean, you'll see what happens. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave it a like. Comment on any changes you guys would like to make. Like I said, the 2 brothers might be a consideration for that, but I kept them in because they are 6 power. And of course, subscribe for more Gwent content. And other than that, I'll send you guys over to the gameplay. Time for me to showcase why this deck is actually very awful. You're going to witness the opposite of greatness at work, pretty much. So, I say we get started. I needed to make the deck somewhat competent, so I went ahead and added Great Oak, Barnabas, and Call of the Forest. But that's really the most competent you're ever going to see this deck. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know? We don't need Gourd here yet. Great Oak, maybe. Alright. Yeah, Syndicate might not be the best option for this, especially knowing how these kinds of decks work. So, you know, it is what it is. I expect a total beatdown actually here from us, so. This one runs Tax Collector.
Do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
Ah, I see. Yeah, okay. Well, knowing how Engine Overlord works, I don't know if Tax Collector really is our biggest problem as of this moment.
Scoia'tael! Attack! Now we will see who is weak.
Now we will see who is weak. Well, I can't believe this. A deck that actually attempts to use Wolfsbane. Only I'm crazy enough to do a deck like this, so. There's Binsey. It's a shame I don't have any movement.
Why bother with the door when the window's open?
No coinage yet, as it would seem. I mean, if I were to get to play, I mean, I'd have to play in a very strong card. Yep, there it is. I don't think we're winning this round unless we commit like a big card, you know? Which is a shame, but I think it is what it is. I don't even have a nature card in my deck anymore. I think all my nature cards are out here. I just realized I didn't really get rid of one. I think it's fine though.
Follow me this way.
I mean, I don't expect us to do any good with this deck, especially considering what kind of deck we're running exactly. So, you know, it is what it is. And it's really tough to go unitless with this deck as well. I just feel like it's just tough to make it work, so I think that's my opportunity to pass, really. This is my one and only chance to pass, which is unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do, right? It is what it is. So he has committed 2 poison, so at least that's something, but
Nose, mouth.
in terms of literally everything else, it's like, you know, there's really nothing we can do about that, right? Dala Kamani. Alright, we need to put a nature card away. I mean, Dryad's Keris I think is too slow at this point. We don't necessarily need it. I was hoping to get his partner, but you can't get everything you want. I'm also trying to see if we can get Wolfsbane out here, which it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It really doesn't look like it's gonna happen, so unless we can get it down to 3rd round somehow. He's looking to pass here. Why would he just play that Mutated Hounds immediately? Alright.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
I mean, this must be a dry pass. Well, not a dry pass, but like, you know what I mean. So maybe we will get a chance to play it, you know? You know, who knows? I mean, I would have liked to clear out one more card, but I mean, that's kind of tough to pull because I don't know what to get out. It's fine. I mean, a long round favors him 1,000 times better than it would favor us, you know? I would like Wolfsbane out here. This is tough. We do get Wolfsbane, that's what our Mata draws, but we don't have Runewright's partner Dala Kamani, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I think it's fine. Our first play probably will be the Treant Boar. Oh no, actually it can be Fov. We can run Fov first, right? And we can actually get out Zoltan's company from it. Not the worst idea in the world.
Yes, they won't let us talk to strangers.
If this somehow works, I will be flabbergasted. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna try and make it work, but I mean like winning from it. You know, I don't think we're gonna win from it. There's wow, that's an early Bersodi. Actually, he kind of does us a favor by doing this. He does us a favor, if anything, really. So. And he kept my Druid alive, which actually keeps Treant Boar alive, so I kind of like that.
You can't surprise me, so don't bother trying.
So, another bad news is we don't exactly have an elf for Barnabas, so kind of makes it another thing that kind of makes it awkward as well. There's Azar. The bad news is I kind of put him at 4, which isn't really what I want.
Next time it'll be personal. Never had your kneecap broken.
Oh boy. I mean, I'm okay with this here because it does have shield, so I'm actually okay with keeping it alive. This is gonna be a super small gourd. It's funny. It's quite funny, actually. Figured the poison would be coming.
A dagger. Where is the challenge?
I mean, I might actually have to let this happen now that I actually no longer have Purify, which is kind of unfortunate, but... I mean, there's more ways to get rid of poison, so he can still poison and kill this. But I mean, I figured that was pretty much our best chance at, you know, getting this thing done. You know, at that point, what else can you really do, right? This will not be a very big gourd at all. It'll actually be very small, if anything. Nah, that's fine. Although he gives it a shield. Okay. No shield, which is fine. Who do we call anyway? Doblathana or Dryad Matron? I mean, they're both such horrendous choices. But I think it's gonna have to be the Matron though.
You see? You must hold it naughty, like so.
Wait, is it to the right? Did I met? No, it should be to the left, right? It should boost this. Oh, I hope this is just a delay. I really... Hello? Wait, is this not a... Am I doing this wrong? I don't understand. Why didn't it boost my oak? You know what? Whatever. Whatever. I mean, I don't quite get it myself, but... I mean, what can you do, right? We'll play Mata here.
This dance, you will never.
Does the Dryad Matron work differently now? Is this a bug or what? What's going on here? Like, does it actually have to move before the boost happens? Is that how Dryad Matron works nowadays? Maybe it does.
I only eat corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Well, I mean, this is gonna be at 5 regardless, so I'd rather not take that damage away. Okay, I guess it has to be moving. Although I don't quite know why. Wait, did he play Azar before? Did he play Azar after Louisa? I think he played it after Louisa, didn't he? Huh.
I've no mercy for your kind.
That's fine.
This, you see, is almost the miracle.
I need to make sure that they... I mean, the thing is, I have a lot of odd-numbered cards as well, so Wolfsbane is also gonna hurt me. So that's why it's tough getting, like, the Great Oak in here, right? So... But I need to make this deck somewhat competent, which is why I have to bring him in. Wolfsbane will still do a lot more damage to him, though, especially with... Okay, Hammond. That's fair.
God to the seas! Grant me victory!
This is gonna be 8. I think I want to play Wolfsbane first, though, right? So we'll bring this down to 9. And then to 2. And we'll actually do this. I mean, that did a lot of damage to him, but will it be enough to win? Probably not. Probably not. Because he still has Savola, you know? But, you know, we tried our best. The Dalakamani and the Runewright combo just doesn't work because, you know, you kind of have to have them be at the same hand for this to work out properly. But you know what? He is probably flabbergasted. It's like, whoa, what kind of a play did he just make? Ooh. But I mean, nah, between his... Wow, he had a Bomb Heaver.
Watch your heads.
I mean, he still wins, but, you know, not by a lot. So that's pretty crazy still. You know? I'll happily take this. Oh.
Let this beauty go to waste.
Alright, let's jump into another one. I'm quite surprised that that worked. So,
Keep us stiff.
I will happily take the fact that that worked. Okay, I get to go first again. This time we have the combo. I'm actually okay with playing this out round 1. This one can actually... I didn't know that this actually doesn't boost anything unless it moves. So that kind of sucks in a sense. But at the end of the day, I think it'll be fine. We need a proactive play though. And it's not... It can't be Mata. It might be the Call of the Forest, if anything. Because I fear that if I play one of the brothers, then it gets parasited, you know? So it's like, what's the point? We could actually start with the Call of the Forest into the Fob, into the Novigradian Justice, and that's because we already have Oak. Now, of course, the problem with that is that we actually commit a lot of our powerful cards. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with it, not gonna lie. Oh, wait. Never mind, we can't call him Call of the Forest again. It'll have to be Zoltan's Company. Never mind, never mind. Ignore my play there. I actually... Oh, wait, no, Novigradian Justice is not a nature card. I keep forgetting about that, actually. That's kind of awkward. I forget that Novigradian Justice is not a nature card, so that logic is off. It's just off.
I shall never be alone again.
We can go ahead actually with the Treant board here, just because I don't see why not. So my guess is he's either not running the Larvas or he's just saving it. If he plays Parasite on this Treant board, that's actually good for us because that means Runewright and Dula Kamani are protected. So he's definitely preparing a lot of spiders. A lot of spiders. A lot of very scary spiders, that's for sure. We'll move you back. We could play Dwarven Skirmisher to eat this, or not to eat it, but like, you know, to damage it. Which actually puts us at a very, very nice lead. I'm not gonna lie. It puts us at a very nice lead. Now, of course, the idea of this isn't to hyper-feed Herald Gord, because like I said, with how unitless sometimes works is you sometimes end up killing the unit, which really doesn't help with Wolfsbane at all. In some cases, you actually show some anti-synergy. But, I mean, that's why I kind of have, like, 2 golden froths, which, again, I'm saying are pretty useless. But, I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, this is probably my pass. This is probably my pass. I could Millane and just absolutely wipe out 4 of these if I wanted to, which I think I might do. Just so I prevent his Glossy War from getting value, you know?
Some things cannot be forgiven.
So I don't know what kind of deck he's gonna be running here. Like Wolfsbane is a pretty decent anti-swarm card if you have all those ones that you just want to get rid of. Now, of course, the problem is if they all get boosted, then, you know, like, it kind of sucks. Because if they get boosted to even numbers, then that kind of makes Wolfsbane pretty irrelevant. And pretty weak. Interesting. He placed that immediately? Well, then I pass. I pass from this, good sir. I don't necessarily need all that drama in my life right now. That's usually a turn 2 play, isn't it? Where you do Caranthier. I mean, I guess it also 100% depends. Getting him to use up a charge is good, though. A simple bronze, I suppose, will be enough here for him. I mean, in all honesty, getting him to, you know, swarm his deck would play very well into our Wolfsbane. The question is, though, what do you play as your passing card? That's what I'm saying, right? Because he transformed it into even number cards. That would actually cause me some problems. That would actually cause me problems in the long run. Especially because I'm also lining up even number, even powered units. So that actually makes Wolfbane super awkward. But I suppose we'll see what happens. We'll get rid of Dryad's Keris. Ooh, 2 Golden Frost. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, are there any better? I mean, Novigradian Justice would be nice if we can get it. Oh, we might get bricked here, folks. We might get bricked. Because monsters have the very capable... They're very capable of pushing us, but, you know, investing on the Plague... I mean, he didn't really invest in the Plague Maiden. He has one in hand. So, we're not necessarily safe yet. Okay, fair. I may put Mata actually in the ranged row. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not Mata. Every other card with Mata just so I can line up the Great Oak. Ew. Okay. He might have bricked it. I don't know why he did that, but okay. Do we just play a Golden Froth here? Yeah. The good news is we do have a Broccolon Sentinel, so we can actually brick. We can actually mulligan it out. So we won't see this card come back out. As long as we don't see its partner come out, I think I'll be okay. Do I have any dwarfs left in the deck for an Novigradian Justice? I do. I have 1 Mahakam Marauder. See what I'm saying? Alright. So Herald Gord, I've only played 3 special cards right now. I've played 4, 5, and 6. So this won't be a big Herald Gord once again, but you know, that's not really what we're trying to go for in this deck. We're trying to showcase Wolfsbane. So I'm actually gonna go ahead here and start with maybe the brother, one of the brothers. Because I need a proactive play. So it might as well be the brothers, right? Now, if he has Parasite, of course I'm screwed, but I mean, what can you do, right? Locking it won't help. Imperial... Oh, is he gonna eat it immediately? See? That's what you just don't let them have any fun. It's kind of stupid actually how that works. But I mean, what can you do, right? It is what it is, I think.
Your tongue has no word to match my trade.
Honestly, it's fine. I mean, getting him to commit a second overwhelming hunger isn't the worst. So, and he still has that other plague maiden. So we can actually kill all those rats with the Wolfsbane. If you catch my drift. We might not even need to use Precision Strike yet, you know? That's sort of the fun of it as well. I know with me targeting, like, you know, the Death Wish units with all these attack cards, I know they can just get eaten up, but better to give them less value than to use it on a card where it loses value. Like, if you target a 3 attack on a 1 power rat, like, what's the point, right? Here, Bargus, at least it's fine. My guess is he's either gonna try and swarm his field and prepare for Glusty Warp. We could play the Dol Bothana Archer and get rid of 2 of these drones, which wouldn't be the worst in the world. So we'll actually go ahead and do that.
We can hide, but there is no escape.
We are preventing... I know he does have the Plague Maiden, so that is still gonna cause problems for us. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I still can't believe this deck actually managed to snag a win. Like, are you kidding me? And there's the Plague Maiden, as I anticipated. And you don't eat it immediately. That's interesting. Maybe he's waiting for the combo, huh? Yeah, he's probably waiting for the combo. I mean, I would too, to be honest. I don't blame him. Obviously, Herald Gold has to be after the Wolfsbane so that it gets the bonus from it. That's pretty much why I'm doing this. The question is though, will he do Glusty Warp with the Plague Maiden immediately, or... You know what's funny? I actually originally had Spores over Dryad's Keras because I knew I'd be taking on a lot of, like, really big units. Okay, well, here comes the potential Bone Talisman, perhaps? Yennefer. Ooh, they're still even! Nice! They're still even. Oh, not so even. Odd. They're still odd. I am happy with this. I am happy. I am very happy with this, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Next time it'll be personal.
But he did show a Bone Talisman, so the thing is, if he has a Ciri, if he has Triss into Bone Talisman, then that will suck for me. So, but I guess we'll see, right? Like, if he has Triss plus another Bone Talisman, then that's fine, but the thing is, he's already gonna be so high up in power that that's probably gonna be a problem. He does have a Bargus he can use to eat something else, so... My guess is he doesn't have Glusty Warp. This just might be a Swarm-based deck. With a bit of extra support, I guess. Yeah, there's Morvid. So now they're all even. So they need to be boosted one more time for me to sort of benefit, you know? I don't know why I put it... Oh no, this has to... Oh shoot, I kind of messed up my Great Oak line up here. Ah, it's fine. It's fine, I think. Does it matter? Not really. I need them to be boosted one more time, and then I think I'll be fine. Oh, that laugh. That'll be tough. If he doesn't boost these, if he doesn't get these up to 5, I'm actually done for. He may have just countered my strategy without even knowing he did. This is gonna be tough, actually. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. Do I have to play Herald Gold? I may have to play Herald Gord. I do miss out on 1 point, but let's be honest, it's just 1 point, right? Like, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Oh, an Igni here would screw me over so bad, I just realized this. Oh, please show me a Triss. I'm literally asking him to save me right now from this atrocity that's about to happen. And there's Chiron. So much for that atrocity, you know? He may actually play Bone Talisman last. Okay. I mean, that's fair. It is what it is, right? Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Okay, well, at this point, I might as well play this, I think. Yeah, I'll put it here actually, right? Yeah, I'll put it here. I mean, we're not that far. We're not that far, but the thing is, he's so far ahead that it just doesn't matter, you know? I wonder if he knows what we're doing. I think he knows what the thing is, if he plays another... Oh, this could be Triss. This could be Triss. Yeah, dang. I should not have lined him up immediately. I should have been patient. Now they're all gonna be evens. Oh, he just messed me. That's the hard part with play. Yeah, that's the hard part here with playing, you know. That's tough.
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
Yeah, this was tough. Now Wolfsbane is gonna be the most awkward card ever. Oh! I mean, it doesn't matter. Most of them are still... I mean, one... Yeah, okay. I mean, we tried our best. We tried our best. We did try our best there, you know? I mean, that's really all we could ask for. But, hey! I still can't believe it got a dub, so you know what? I'm gonna take it. It's pretty funny, actually. I mean, I did my best to line them up. Like, usually with Swarm, it is the best, but I mean, when you've got a crap ton of Bone Talismans, then what good is it, right? So... And that will be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to me here. And be sure to check out 2 of my videos coming up right here. And of course, this is Enzo signing out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.